It's Nikki. How are you? Today I want to tell you the story of the bad tattoo. Yes, that's right, kids. I have a tattoo and it's not great. Fortunately, it's one that very few people see or have seen, and it's something that I did when I was 17. And there will be a story, there will be a reference point to why I'm sharing this, because it is relevant to business and personal branding and how you share with your customers and your clients. So when I was 17, I was at sixth form college and I was that kid who was ready. I was ready to explore. Like, I always think about that time as, I am wearing clothes, by the way. I suddenly thought I look a bit naked. I was that 17-year-old who was like, I want to experience everything, and I had really itchy feet. Like, I couldn't wait to get involved with everything. And one of those moments was getting a tattoo. Now, did I go to a reputable place? I don't know if it was reputable, but let's just say. But I went to a local leisure centre to have this tattoo. A group of us went, we were really excited. And firstly, I just thanked my lucky stars or my instinct or intuition or whatever it was, that it's really small and it's not in a place where many people see. But if I see you face to face, I might show it to you one day. Anyway, this tattoo was done and completed. And it was supposed to be, or it was sold on the proviso that this would be a 5-year tattoo. So I did the maths in my head. I was like 17, 22. Okay, cool. I can live with something till I'm 22 if I really don't like it. Friends, I am 40 in November. It's still there. As clear as anything. There has not been this sense that it's been a 5-year. There was some kind of conversation that it's a 5-year tattoo because it goes through many layers of, it doesn't go through as many layers of skin. But it went through all the skin. It's there. It's permanent. Like, I feel like when I'm 60, I will be talking about this tattoo because it will still be there. Anyway, for years, I didn't really tell my parents. Not because, well, I just sort of, it was a weird thing that it felt like a bold move to go and do and not really seek permission, which again, when you're 17, maybe I should have done, but there we go. So I told my mum once, 6 months in, like, by the way, I got this tattoo. And I then told my dad at a very strategic moment, which was when he was packing the car. And if you are in, if you're packing a car for more than one person, or even like when I pack for myself, sometimes I'm like, how long am I going for? What am I doing? But certainly at that stage, 2 adults, 2 grown-up children, packing the car was quite the mission. And you're always shoving stuff in and you're trying to do this. So this is the point where I was like, right, Dad, I'm going to tell you about this tattoo now. And I knew that he would, again, strategy. I knew that he would be focusing on packing this car. So I told him in a very brief moment, and I don't think he took it in, to be honest, because he was so fixated on packing this car. And I've noticed over the years, so I'm going to park the tattoo bit of the story there now. And I've noticed over the years that when I am feeling anxious or not enough or nervous or wobbly about something, I know that I go into over-deliver mode. So whether that is I'm going to buy food for the next month and fill my fridge to capacity, or I know that when I go away for that night, I'm going to take everything in the kitchen sink. Or I feel like if I'm feeling anxious, I give myself so many jobs to do because otherwise, like, I can't, it shows up in lots of different ways. And I was thinking about this packing of car moment in my own life as well, that there becomes this sweet spot of you packing the car to the point where you feel like you are abundant, that you have everything that you need. I've got eyeliner on me. That you feel abundant, that you have everything that you need, that you have options, that you have wiggle room. And then there becomes this point in the process where you're maybe sitting in the back of the car, you've maybe got half a buggy on your head, or you've got, it's always like a tote bag of the sandwiches wedged next to your head. And there becomes a point where it starts to feel uncomfortable, where you start to feel a bit claustrophobic. You start to feel a bit hot and bothered. You start to feel like, oh gosh, I'm now going to have to unpack all of this stuff. Will I know where anything is? And what are the next steps within that? And it all starts to become a bit too much. And that sweet spot is different for every single person. Now, the reason that I'm sharing this is because I knew the tattoo moment, like that would be a good moment to share with my dad, because he was concentrating on that one particular task. So that's just a bit of a silly aside. But I want to ask you, in terms of your clients and your customers, when you're focusing on that great experience that you're going to have with them, are you packing them to the point where they can't move? So I always like to work on the basis that when I'm supporting clients, I'm wanting them to get to a point where they can make decisions in a way that feels good, in the way that they resonate, in a way that they're going to fly. But ultimately, I want them to almost get to a point where they can do it without me. And it's really lovely when I've seen that progression with somebody where they, especially if I've been working with them for a long time, where they'll say, do you remember in the beginning of us working together, I would have never have done that. Like, I would have questioned that. That would have affected me for days. Like, those sorts of things come up again and again so often. And so what I want to encourage you to do as a result of this video is to really look at, what are you giving to your audience? And are you packing them so full? And I'm sure it comes from a place of kindness and wanting to do the right thing and making sure they have everything from that they need. But are you packing it so full to the point where they're so paralyzed, where they don't know what to do next, where they've got 50 million videos to work through and they haven't had time to do any of them? So I want you to think about what that looks like for you and how you can strip it back so they can also come through and feel not only in a supported position of feeling like they have everything that they need, but they can also flourish as well, that they can elevate and take things to their next level, whatever it might be. So there've been lots of analogies weaved in and out there, but I hope today's video has been useful, and to just give you that indication of making sure that actually sometimes less is more. Can you strip away a little bit? Can you refine? Can you support this process? Not just necessarily in terms of content and giving people everything, but by really listening to what that person needs and tailoring things accordingly. So I hope that has been useful. As always, I was going to show you my tattoo then. No, I'm not going to. If you want a picture, DM me. I'm joking. But thank you for being here as always. If I've said something today that you're like, oh my goodness, this client would really benefit from, this has been happening in our conversation, just tag me and share this video. I would really love that. And also, if you are interested in booking one-on-one sessions with me, I would love to have a chat with you. Booking a free 15-minute session via my contact page. It's just nikkieraby.com/contact. I'd love to hear from you and hear more about where you want to go over these next coming months. And I will speak to you soon. Lots of love. Bye.